let's say I take the deck and I give it a little shuffle just like this. After I'm done mixing up the deck, I would explain to the spectator that I'm going to run my thumb down the side, and all they have to do is call out stop. So let's say they call out stop right here. So keep in mind, the deck was shuffled, you called out stop wherever you wanted. What if I knew what this card was? Now, the spectator would probably say that's impossible, and I would say, go ahead and turn over the ace of diamonds. And just like that, it is the ace of diamonds. So, that is what we are going to be learning today. If you would like to learn how to do this, be sure to stick around for the tutorial. So before I get into how this is done, in case you're wondering about the deck I'm using, these are actually, I'm not too sure the name, but these look like they're, well, they're from Bicycle, and I want to say they're like the brown colored playing cards. I'm not too sure though. I don't have a deck review on these, but if you would like to see a deck review, I can go ahead and make one. So you can see a lot of the brown, and then instead of red, it's blue. The reds are pretty much red, but the blacks are black. So this is the deck I'm using. So this is called the Slip Force, in case you didn't know. And this is how it's done. So you can either do this with a setup or without a setup. Now, both ways, if you want to do it how I did it, are a little advanced, but of course you don't have to. So first I'll teach you how I did it with a setup, and then I'll teach you it without a setup. So, for the setup, you're going to want to go through the deck and take out any card you can remember easily. In this case, the King of Hearts. You could also do the Ace of Diamonds, the King of Diamonds, it doesn't matter. And you're going to leave that on top of the deck, and now you're all set. So going up to your spectator, what I did was the false overhand shuffle, keeping this card on top. Now these are a little slippery, so the shuffle wasn't the best, but I was able to keep it on top. So you can do anything you would like, you just want this left on top. And down below, I will link some false cuts and then the overhand shuffle that I did, and some false shuffles as well. So once that card is on top, you're all set. Now for tutorial purposes, I will leave it face up. Obviously, it's going to be face down. So after the shuffle, you're going to explain to the spectator that you're going to riffle your thumb down the side and they call out stop. But you want to get into the grip. So the grip is going to be for my dominant hand. Make sure you do your dominant hand. In this case, my left hand. I'm going to take my second knuckle or the joint of my middle ring and pinky. I'm going to lay the side of the deck right there. And then these fingers can curl over the top. The index finger is on the back and it can push or it can stay there. It doesn't matter. Your thumb is going to be on the side here, like this, and essentially you're going to be riffling down. And I think there's another force that involves this sort of, I don't know, setup, maybe you could call it. But this is all you're going to do. So if you're not comfortable with riffling cards, you're going to want to practice riffling like one by one, and then clumps, and just practice it until you can do it nice and easy. It's sort of like a riffle shuffle in a way, except it's from the side. Okay, so once again, the deck is going to be in the second joint of my middle ring and pinky. The fingers can clamp up there. Index, back, thumb is going to be on the top left corner, in case I didn't point that out. And this is your setup. So you're going to riffle down. I don't think it's called a setup, but just to make things easier, I'm gonna call it setup. Maybe correct hand position, maybe that's the better word. But this is how you're gonna want your deck, so make sure you mirror it the same way. So you're gonna riffle your thumb down the side, and they're gonna call out stop. Let's say here. They can go a few more, it doesn't matter. But once they call stop, you're gonna come over with your other hand, your middle ring and pinky on the top, thumb on the back, index finger is just hanging off, and you'll notice your first set of fingers here are clamped on that king. So if you lift up this half, all the cards slide out except that one king. And that's the force. Then you can put the king down and you can do whatever you would like. So let's say we go ahead and we have it again, just like this. I'll go over this a couple more times here. You're going to riffle down. They call out stop. You're going to come over, and once you applied pressure, you're just going to lift up that half, and you'll notice because these fingers are clamped down, this king will stay on the top. So I'll go over that a couple more times here, just so you can see it from all angles. They call out stop. I lift it, and the king is there. Call out stop. Do it right here. And I can't really do it this way, but I'll try my best. And then you'll put those at the bottom, and now the king is on top. And that is the slip force, so it's a real easy force, actually. Go over that one more time real quick, and then I'll get into the impromptu way. So you're going to hold it for your dominant hand, your middle ring and pinky for your second joints. And then those middle ring and pinky will clamp right up. Your index finger is curled on the back, and it can push up or it can just stay there. Take your thumb and put it on the top left corner, and just practice riffling one card at a time. Or you can do multiple cards. This doesn't really matter, unlike the riffle shuffle where you do want to have one card at a time, pretty much. So we're here, they call stop, and you're just going to come over and take your middle ring and pinky, put it on top. Thumb is on the left corner, away from your three fingers. And now with these fingers clamping, you can actually pick up the packet, move it to the bottom, and now the king is there. So if I do this in real time, like the performance one more time, here's what it's going to look like. You wouldn't know it, but let's say we have the king on top. So I go up to the spectator and I explain that I'm going to give the deck a little mix here, and you're going to call stop on any card you would like. So call stop, let's say right there, and there is the king. So that thing I did really quick at the end is really simple. So they call stop, I lift it up, and now you notice you're like this. So you're going to tilt your wrist back down, move your index finger out of the way, take your thumb and put it across the center of the king, push up about halfway, drop this top half, and now this card will pivot along the first joint of your middle finger, and now you have the king just like that. If I can grab it and do what I want it to do. So that was the slip force. I hope you really enjoyed that. Now, really quick, I'll go over the impromptu way, and then that will be the video. So let's say you wanted to force a card. It doesn't matter what card. We'll just take one out randomly. Let's say you wanted the 5 of hearts. So we can go through and we can Oh, there's a double backer. Forgot all about that. So we can go through and we can show the spectator that they really shuffled the deck and they did it really well with the jack on top and the 7 on the bottom. But all they have to do is call out stop. Right here, you want to go a few more? Yes? Okay. And just like that, we have the 5 of hearts. So here's the breakdown of that really quick. I'm not going to go over the slip force again, but essentially the deck is shuffled. You have a card selected. I hope not the double backer. In this case, the 4 of clubs. And when you take the deck and you show that these are all different, all you're going to do is look for that 4 of clubs. I see it right here. And now I did the call. So now it's right under the deck. So now something I like to do is I hold the 4, okay, back from the deck, back from the top of the deck some. I can show the top card, the 2, and then I can place it right under that 4, turn the deck over, and now I can do the force. I will leave a link for the call down below if you want to learn it. But that was the video, so I hope you really enjoyed this. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time with a new video. Bye.